Here at 100, I'm sorry. Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we are at property address 116 Southwest 140th Avenue here in Newburgh. We're located at the left side of the home. Got a 4-inch ABS clean out here. It's within the concrete driveway. This will be my point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. The line just did a 90-degree turn there, and it's just heading straight up the driveway now towards the street. And there's a little tie-in right here. There's a second clean-out on the right side of the house here, about 6 feet or so away. It's right up against the foundation. It's a small, little 1.5, 2-inch ABS clean-out. It looks like it's probably for like some sort of drain inside the house, but that's what's tying on right here. These are the resident spiders. And we're going through some standing water here. Just pop back out of it. We'll check that out on the way back. See what that looks like. Some more standing water here. There is some debris in it, but it's for the most part it's fine particulate. Not big chunks of debris build up. Normally, when a belly is causing significant flow problems, the biggest indicator, if the house has been around for any amount of time, like this one has, you'll get a lot of debris buildup right before the belly starts. You'll get half-inch to inch thick buildup up the side walls. And luckily, in this situation, I don't see that. There is some debris within the water itself, but again, it's fine particulate, not large debris. And most of the stretches of standing water so far have all been pretty short. They've been about 3 to 5 feet long. Okay, and here at 61 feet, we have reached the main lateral. Looks like it's solid ABS pipe all the way out. I'll do locates to verify the location of the main. Should be out on 140th. And I'm also going to get the line drained out here, so we have a thorough look at everything on the way back. Okay, so here at 61 feet, this is where the line terminates at, supposedly. I went and located right here, and I am concerned that this could be a party line. Where I located it, in reference to how I'm talking about this, if you're standing in the street looking at the face of this home, the line terminates here just to the left, or inside the fence line, but to the left of this house. So it's actually terminated just inside the neighbor's property, only about 1 foot on the other side of the fence. And that, again, this is to the left of this home, and it's right at the front of the driveway, but again just to the left, and it is under some dirt here. I've drawn a white arrow on this side of the property pointing to the direction that it is, and just on the other side of the fence I have a white T marking there, and it's right around 2 feet 6 inches deep, pretty shallow. That explains why there's grade issues here. The line is so shallow. That's a very minute amount of depth to play with for the length of this line. Normally by this point a line is about 6 feet deep or more. Anyway, my concern here is this could be a party line based on where it is terminating at. We're not out in the middle of the street. I'm going to keep going here a little bit further to see if we end up going out into the road and hitting a main lateral connection out there. Most cities and towns, party lines are not allowed anymore, so it's important to contact the city to find out if this is if they have record of a non-conforming sewer line here, to verify it is partied up with the neighbor, and then what they want to do from there. And every city and county is a little different. Like in the city of Portland, they're actively going through old records looking for party lines and getting them disconnected. So definitely something you want to get resolved with the city. Alrighty, I just located the camera head, and I was out in the middle of the street. It looks like we're probably only here. Well, unfortunately, due to the standing water and stuff here and the distance out, it's getting extremely hard to push the camera anymore. So I recommend contacting the city to have them look into this about the configuration of the line. Again, right now we're out in the middle of the street. I don't know how much further it goes before it ties onto the main. It's possible that's what it's doing here. It's very hard to verify that, especially how far out it is. The camera just doesn't want to go a whole lot further, and with the standing water there just beyond the camera head and the PVC pipe, I can't see anything. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go ahead and start reeling back. As far as I know, the city of Newburgh does take over responsibility once you hit the right-of-way, which is generally the sidewalk or the street curb. But yeah, it's very important to look into this possible party line issue. I'd be surprised, honestly, if it wasn't a party line, the way this is terminating here right between the two properties. Again, this is the house to the left of this home if you're looking at the face of the house from the street. And it's very important to get that figured out. That can be, depending on what the city wants done. I've seen circumstances where they require both homes to reroute their lines, or at least a portion of them. Usually one of the houses is a guest, one of them is a host, and generally the guest is the one that's having to do the most amount of reconfiguration of the sewer line. But the city is going to have to be the one that figures out and designates who the guest and the host is. Even with the lines all drained out now, you can see the standing water here in the line is quite minimal. At the worst point is right about here. There's about a ½ inch to an inch of standing water in the line. But again, there's no major debris buildup. But I would look into the party line. It's possible a portion of the line may have to be reconfigured. Anyway, I'm about to pull the camera head out of the line. There is adequate flow to the terminus there at 61 feet. I'm not sure if that is the main lateral or a party line or what it is. You have to contact the city to find out. There is some standing water throughout the line, but the cost benefit of, unless the city requires a line to be reconfigured, it would be extremely expensive to correct these bellies because it's all under concrete. The whole line pretty much is under the driveway. So you'd be better off if there ends up being significant debris at some point, and a lot of that depends on the living habits of who lives in the house and how many people are in there. But you'd be better off in this situation, in my opinion, to do hydrojetting rather than to do a full repair, because that's probably going to cost something like, I mean, the amount of standing water there is, you'd probably be $5,000–6,000 into it, versus hydrojetting, which is $200–300. You could do that every so often, every 2–3 years. But right now, there's very little debris. Again, there's small particulate in the standing water, but no major or large debris buildup before the belly, after it, or within it. So that tells me that the vast majority of everything going down the line is making it through the standing water with little issue. You do want to make a point of avoiding things like paper towels, grease, fatty things, oil, bacon grease, any type of cleaning wipe or even flushable wipes. Those items you shouldn't put down any sewer line, but when you've got some standing water, it's even more important because they tend to hang up in the standing water much more easy. And they don't break down easily like toilet paper and stuff does, so they end up hanging out there for quite a while. And that's why I say you may have to do hydrojetting every so often, but I think you'd be better off to do that than to basically pull a large portion of the line up to repair those minor bellies. At the worst, it's about 3/4 of an inch. The vast majority of the standing water is about 1/4 of an inch. So if the line itself, the way it right now is configured, is okay by the city standards, the line is functioning at this time. But you need to look into whether or not that's a party line, because the city may want some reconfiguration done with the sewer lines. Hard to say right now. But that is marked with a white marking. Again, there's an arrow on this side of the property on the driveway pointing to the other side of the neighbor's fence, and there's a white T marking there showing right where it connects there at 61 feet.